Hi, this is Dr. Jain, CEO and founder of MedVerb Healthcare FinTech company. If you look at healthcare delivery model as such, accessibility and affordability are the two major challenges of healthcare. When I speak of accessibility, the availability of the specialist or the doctors and the infrastructure associated with it. When we speak of affordability, in event of an healthcare event, how do I arrange the money to be paid at the time of discharge? If you look at 0.5% of our population goes below poverty line every year because of a healthcare spend. It is said health is wealth, but an healthcare event can wipe out your entire wealth in the event of an hospitalization. This is where a lot of initiatives are being taken to serve 1.3 billion people of India. We must have heard of Ayushman Bharat scheme, which is speaking of covering 500 million people through an instrument called insurance, covering for a sum insured of 5 lakh rupee for a family. There are group health insurances policies which cover organized sector, and there is also your CGHS and ECHS for government employees and army men. With this, what is also happening is with the growth of insurance segment, the service provider is the hospital. Traditionally, the hospitals were used to cash business, where the patient pays at the time of discharge and leaves the hospital. With the growth of insurance, which is equal to credit business, now what you are seeing is what was less than 10%, the credit component, 90% being the cash component, it's slowly moving towards, today when we speak of most of the hospital, 30 to 50% of their business is credit business. And the way that we are seeing it, 80 to 90% of the business will be credit business over the next few years. Today, close to around 20,000 hospitals across the country are serving the insurance customer. The challenge we see here is, with the growth of insurance and the credit business, lesser and lesser hospitals are willing to empanel because of cash flow issues, and also who are part of the network are slowly removing themselves from the insurance network because of delayed payments, which vary anywhere between 1 to 6 months, and also rejections and disallowances. The whole idea of health insurance was to ensure accessibility of care to the end consumer when he needs the most. If this problem of cash flow and rejections are not fixed, the probability of the hospitals accepting cashless business will become lesser and lesser. Today, you see, if you are reading newspapers, you see most of the hospitals telling we have stopped accepting CGHS or ECHS, or they are removing themselves from the network. The very purpose of health insurance gets defeated if cashless network is not made available to the end consumer. If I can correlate with a smaller example, if you are using a mobile, the value of the mobile is only when there is a network. Even if you are using an iPhone and if there is no network, there is no value for mobile. And if there is a health insurance card and you don't have hospitals providing care, there is no value for this health insurance as an instrument. Revenue cycle management is a process when we are speaking of health insurance business and a credit business as such. Post discharge of the patient, someone has to prepare, we treat it technically as an invoice or a claim. Someone has to prepare this invoice, do a quality check, is it as per the payer specific guidelines, dispatch the same to the insurance companies, follow up for payments, reconciliation and settlement. This entire process is known as revenue cycle management. Again, if I can correlate with a small example, when we speak of credit business, each hospital works with anywhere between 50 to 200 different set of payers. When I speak the numbers, it means I may be working with New India, Oriental, National, or a lot of these general insurance companies like ICICI Lombard, Bajaj Allianz, or standalone health insurance companies, or standalone corporates like HAL, NAL, BEML. Each of these payers have their own payer-specific guidelines. Just the way today we use Google Maps to navigate between two places. Once I select the name of the place I am going, the map helps you in navigating. What we have built is a BI tool, a product. Once I select the payer, once I select the specialty, once I select the procedure, it helps in preparing the invoice as per the payer specific guidelines, so that there is an accurate preparation of the invoice or the claim and submission to the insurance companies on time. So our approach has been this, it's been more of less of manpower approach and more of technology automation. What we have built is bots which log into different set of payers. The challenge here in reconciliation is hospital treats unique number as inpatient number, third-party administrator treats TPID number as a unique number, and the insurance company treats policy number as a unique number. When an insurance company makes the payment, say 20 lakhs is a hospital account, I need to reconcile this information which the patient who has been provided the service with. So what we have created is a bot with algorithm which tries to correlate across different set of parameters like say name, age, gender, date of admission, date of discharge, and tries to map the same information with the unique identifier we just discussed across the hospital ID, TP ID and the insurance company, and automate the entire process. When we speak of financing as a model, we are used to more like say we take car, there is a car financing, you go for a house, there is a house financing. When we speak of hospitals, when they buy a CT or any instrument, they go for financing. Or if they are building an infrastructure, they go for a financing. When we speak of financing again, there is an asset, these are all asset-based financing. What we are moving towards is a non-asset based financing, because most of the time hospitals would have already leveraged all these assets for their building their infrastructure and running their hospitals. Today, due to the cash flow issues, now he has less access to capital. Based on the historical data of his claims, like what has been the patterns where the payments have happened from different insurance companies and payers over last few months or years, and what has been the rejection and disallowance rate, we are able to create an underwriting tool for the banks or NBFCs, on which, just like your credit card is a non-asset based financing, we are creating a tool where, based on its historical pattern and the payments that are happening from the insurance company, they can leverage this data to finance their invoices. Till date, we have managed close to around 3,000 crores worth of claims across 4 lakh patients. Currently, we are managing 700 crores of claims at a run rate of close to around 1 lakh patients per annum. So what we are speaking here is today. Earlier, if you look at, if you used to deliver a parcel, till the time it reaches you, there was no tracking mechanism. Today, when you order anything, whether it's an Amazon or a Flipkart, there is a mechanism where you can track the journey of the entire parcel. So when we speak of an invoice, the finance side or the hospital management start treating the invoice as an outstanding from the discharge of the patient. Technically, it's an outstanding only when the same is received by the other party. So what we have created is a time stamping tool which maps the entire journey of the claim. Like suppose discharge of the patient, there is a process of pooling and collation. They prepare a claim, there is a claim quality check, then there is a dispatch of the claim, the same is received by the payer. Post payer receives the claim, there is a reconciliation settlement. There is time stamping mechanism built across this entire journey, so there is an accurate and real-time monitoring of the same. What we earlier saw was hospital treating is an outstanding from the date of discharge, where actually the claim would have been still lying in the hospital, which will take 30 days or 20 days from discharge till dispatch. Because today they are able to effectively monitor this system, they are able to plug their processes and ensure the accurate and timely dispatch of claims within 3 to 4 days. When we speak of 1.3 billion people and a developing country like ours, out-of-pocket payment may not be the way to address the challenge. So if we go back a little back, like post-independence, we started following more of UK model of healthcare, where it was NHS-driven model, where government set up primary, secondary and tertiary healthcare center. Post-liberalization, we started following more of US-based model. So Karnataka was the first place where a scheme called Yashaswini was launched for cooperative societies, which addressed a lot of the needs of these farmers as such. This was replicated in a high scale by Dr. Y.S.R. Reddy when he became Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh as Rajiv Gandhi Arogya Shri scheme. Now there is with Ayushman Bharat, now there is an entire set of pool which is getting covered under health insurance scheme because of growth in the group policies and individual policies, where you envisage is 80 to 90% of our population having some sort of insurance to cover their healthcare need. Now the challenge is there are close to around 80,000 service providers or the hospitals in the country. How do you enable them to provide the facility for the health insurance as an instrument by managing their cash flows and also bringing their rejections and disallowances? This is where Medverve is playing a role to ensure their cash flow needs are met through claim financing, and through our BI tool, more of an automated process is built for claim submissions.